Watch this video slideshow and learn about all the great things at French Creek State Park. French Creek State Park is 12 miles from Pottstown, 16 miles from Reading, and 52 miles from Center City, Philadelphia. To get to the day use section of the park, take Route 345 to South Entrance Road. The park office is in the day use area. The park shares this building with Forest District 17. The park office staff will answer your questions and make camping and pavilion reservations. There's also a selection of park shirts and mementos for sale. The next parking area features a modern playground. There's also a picnic pavilion here and several individual picnic tables. The restrooms are a little ways off by the boat launch. The nearby park amphitheater is a pleasant place to relax when it's not being used for a program. This ADA accessible fishing pier is between the playground and the pool areas. The pool at French Creek has a beautiful location by the lake. It also has a very large parking lot and a picnic pavilion inside the pool area. Surrounding the pool is a large grass lawn and several trees that provide shade. There are modern bathrooms with changing rooms and showers at the pool. A refreshment stand is accessible from inside and outside the pool area. Below the pool is the park's boat rental and dock on Hopewell Lake. There is a large selection of kayaks, canoes, and boats to rent. At the east end of the pool parking lot is the start of an 18-hole disc golf course. This course goes through the woods around the pool parking lot. Picnic tables with convenient parking are scattered along a road that heads east from the pool. There's a boat launch on Hopewell Lake across from the fishing pier. The concrete boat ramp makes it easier to put larger boats into the water. Note that this park only allows electric motorboats, and for your convenience, there's a bait vending machine at the nearby bathrooms. Hopewell Lake has two small islands that create varied environments for fish, amphibians, and birds. Hopewell Lake is a designated big bass lake. Other species include northern pike, chain pickerel, walleye, and panfish. You can keep your boat at the park by renting a boat mooring space that's available from the beginning of April to the end of October. The grassy areas near the boat launch at Hopewell Lake is filled with individual picnic tables. French Creek State Park has a second, smaller lake. The 22-acre Scotts Run is a cold water lake with excellent trout fishing. During the year, hatchery-raised trout are added to this lake. There's a second boat launch and some boat mooring spots at Scotts Run Lake. A walkway over the dam is a popular place for fishing. At the end of the dam, away from the boat launch, is access to two trails. The 130-mile Horseshoe Trail meanders for 8 miles through French Creek State Park. The other trail leads to the Group Camp Number 1. There's a rustic restroom at the exit from the boat launch area, and then a long parking area that provides more access to the shoreline of Scotts Run Lake. When a trail begins from a parking lot, starting your hiking, biking, or horse ride becomes so much easier. These are the parking lots outside the day use area. The Hopewell Big Woods Trail starts from this lot on Center Road and connects to the Schuylkill River Trail to the north. This is a hiking and biking trail and not for horse riding. The parking lot has a couple of picnic tables, but no restroom. The parking lot on Shed Road is for access for the hiking-only Lenape Trail. If you go west on the Lenape Trail, you'll pass the campground and end up at Scotts Run Lake. If you go east, you'll enter the Hopewell Furnish National Historic Site. This lot is on Park Road near the modern cabins, and it is recommended for horse trailer parking. The only approved trail for horseback riding in French Creek State Park is the nearby Horseshoe Trail. A nearby access to the Turtle Trail is a small lot with about 4 spaces. Although it's not marked as a horse trail, you can ride this short section of the Turtle Trail to the Horseshoe Trail. This large lot off Fire Tower Road provides a direct connection to the 140-mile Horseshoe Trail. This is a good lot to start a hike, a mountain biking trip, or horseback ride. To find the fire tower, ride further up this road until you see the white building. The fire tower is behind it. There's also a memorial here to honor the forest wildfire fighters. The 80-foot tower was built in 1935, but it's now closed after deteriorating over time. At the end of the road is a parking lot with access to the moderately difficult Ridge Trail in a quiet part of the park. There's a cabin near the fire tower that was originally used by the fire warden on duty. This picnic pavilion by the fire tower has tables and a fireplace. Campgrounds are next, but first, please take a moment to press up on your remote and select the like icon. Thank you. The office at the entrance to the campground is not always open, but this area does have several amenities, including a landline phone, a bicycle repair stand, an amphitheater, and a 4-station sanitary dump. There are 4 loops in the campground. Loop A has 30 full hookup sites with water, sewer, and electric, and 25 non-electric sites, and Loop A is pet-friendly. The campground at French Creek State Park often has a campground host who's available to answer your questions. This campground has a modern playground across from Loop A. Campground Loop B is about 2/3 electric hookup and 1/3 non-electric sites, and pets are not allowed in Loop B. 3 rustic cottages are located between Loops B and C. Each cottage sleeps 5 in bunk beds and has lights, outlets, and electric heat. Outside each cottage is a porch, a picnic table, and a fire ring. The restrooms and showers are shared with the nearby camping loops. The 2 yurts nearby have several more features than the cottages. Each yurt has a stove, a microwave, a refrigerator, and a countertop, in addition to a deck and a picnic table. Campground Loop C is the most varied. Here there's a mix of full hookup, electric only, and sites with no electricity. Campground Loop C is a pet-friendly section. Loops A and C are open late into the year, but not through the winter. This restroom is in Loop C, but each loop has a similar building with bathrooms, showers, and outside sinks. All sites in Campground Loop D are non-electric, and it's also a no-pet section. This is Group Camp number 2. Each group camp has cabins and a central washroom building, but they also include a dining hall and staff quarters. Group Camp number 1 is in a secluded part of the park, and some cabins are built up in the woods. Here's a nice cabin in Group Camp number 1 with an outdoor fireplace. French Creek State Park has 3 organized group tenting areas. One area can hold 60 campers, while the other 2 can accommodate 30 each. This particular section isn't very private, as it's right off the parking lot and close to the road, but it does have a centrally located rustic bathroom. In an entirely separate area across from the park office is a row of 10 modern cabins. Each cabin sleeps 6 and has a kitchen, a private bath, and a shower. There is electric heat, and the cabins can be reserved year-round. Cabin 9 and 10 are ADA accessible, and pets are allowed only in Cabin 6. I recommend Cabin 10 at the end of the road, as it's the most private. Go horseback riding on the Horseshoe Trail. The best starting lots are near the park's south entrance and on the road to the fire tower. There are over 20 miles of trails in the park for mountain bike riding. The rocky terrain in this park makes the trails challenging. There's over 6,000 acres to hunt at French Creek State Park. Only the day use area and the campgrounds are excluded. Hunt for deer, rabbit, turkey, and pheasant. The French Creek State Park website claims that some people consider this park the orienteering capital of North America. Get orienteering materials at the park office and give it a try. Another fun activity at the park is playing horseshoes in the pit across from the campground playground. Winter activities at French Creek State Park include cross-country skiing, sledding, ice skating, and ice fishing. Use these resources to plan your next visit to the Pennsylvania state parks.